chocolate chip muffins. These are a super simple recipe and it leaves you with the moistest muffins. Starting with our dry ingredients, I'm gonna add 1 cup and 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour to a bowl. Half a cup of brown sugar. I've just kind of packed it in there. This is just light brown sugar. Half a cup of white sugar. 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. It's not gonna be perfect because I'm having to shake it in, but don't matter. Gonna also go with 1 teaspoon of baking soda or so. About a teaspoon of salt. Around a cup of chocolate chips. I'm using some dark chocolate. Just gonna mix all the dry ingredients together and then I'm gonna grab a second bowl for our wet ingredients. 1.5 cups of bananas, and I really should be using ripe bananas, but I just picked these up at the store and I have to use what I got. So I'm gonna hope that they work even though they're not ripe. And I'm gonna use about 3. I'm thinking I should have used like my food processor because my bananas weren't ripe, but I'm just gonna do my best here to smash them up. 2 eggs. A 1/4 cup of olive oil. Adding in about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I like to free pour because then I always add extra. I have made such a mess. A 1/4 cup of sour cream. If you don't want to use sour cream, you can use Greek yogurt. They substitute perfectly for each other. Gonna give all of our wet ingredients a really good whisk. Bringing back our dry ingredients and we're gonna pour in our wet. Just gonna mix the wet with the dry now, but I'm not gonna over mix. It's okay to have like little patches of flour. I'm gonna let this batter sit now just as long as it takes the oven to get to 425 degrees. Using a Gotham steel muffin pan, and I got these liners off Amazon. They are in my storefront. These liners are quite a bit bigger than your normal muffin liners. I'm gonna fill them about 3/4 of the way full. I'm throwing these into the oven at 425 degrees. We're gonna start the temp up pretty high for about 8 minutes. I'm gonna keep the muffins in, change the temp to 350 degrees and continue baking. Guys, I totally forgot that I bought some of this raw sugar to go on top. My muffins are in the oven, but I'm gonna quickly pull them out and add some to the top. These look and smell absolutely perfect. They baked at 425 degrees for 8 minutes. I kept them in the oven, but I dropped the temp to 350 degrees and I continued cooking for 12 minutes. Let them cool a little bit. I make these for my kids' lunches, so I hate this part of ripping one open and then I end up eating it, of course. But, you guys ready? Happy Saturday, y'all. That is so good.